Hello, Narnach here. Just working on crafting some items. I'm figuring I'm gonna try to roll some sockets on the body armor. I'm going for 5 just to replace the one I was using before, but hey, if I hit a lucky 6 sockets, then might as well be recording it, right? Five sockets, that's about 10 or so attempts. Not a bad deal, really. We've got plenty of jewelry shops, so let's continue. Let's see if I do hit the 6 sockets. I don't have Varici yet, so I can't force 6 sockets, but having 6 sockets also makes it easier to get a 5 link, since there's going to be 2 valid 5 links in a 6 socketed item. Going slightly too fast there. The mouse has this habit of accidentally double clicking whenever I single click. Haven't really figured out how or why. Okay, so it's about 70, 75 points further. We got another 5 socket, so let's give it another shot. Let's see if we can get to another 5 sockets and potentially a 6th one. You do need to have a fair chunk of currency in order to work the odds, so to say. Okay, that's 25. And I think this is where I'm gonna cash out. And let's see if we can get at least a 4 link out of it. That's gonna make me happy. Okay, just seeing everything connect except for that one almost made me happy because I got a 5 link, but yeah, alas, it's only a 4 link. It was a 3 and a 2 link. 3 and 2. And there is our 4 link. So this is what I will be going with. Oh, I also need to get the colors right. It's a primary int. It's even more base int than the old one had. So I want this one to be red. That's gonna be slightly annoying. So I hope it's gonna be right. See, it's now there's one red, but it's in the wrong corner because it needs to be the standalone. Because there's no way I can work things right. We've got a green one, blue. Gonna get just random jumps from time to time. And there we are. Wonderful. So that is gonna be Dark Pact. Then we can put a Warlord's Mark in there. And then we get Conquefact, we get Control Destruction, we get Spell Echo. And we have everything we had replaced by some new items. And this one never actually made it in because I just can't deal with the loss of strength and dex right now. So it's gonna go back into the box until I have another opportunity. But the base stats have definitely improved here. So I currently don't have an aura effective, so my Necromancer bonus doesn't kick in. And I actually wrote down the stats I had beforehand. So my health was 3783 and now it's 3020. So I gained 250 health. Mana went up by 123 points. And energy shield went up by 289. Used to be 1650. So plus 250 plus 80. Plus 75 more or less. So 250, 75 and another almost 300. So this close to 700 effective HP. Then it went up, and my base resistance situation is more solid as well. I lost a little bit of chaos res. I went from positive 11 to negative 15. So that cost me 26 points, but I did gain... the resists are now more balanced. I guess that's what I went for. I lost a little bit of lightning when I used that to boost my cult a bit, and I lost a little bit of lightning. But as a Necromancer with the curse up, I get another 20 resists from being, well, Commander of Darkness, 20 to all elemental resists. So if we keep this one up, keep that one up, and we got 2500 ES, we got 3000 life, we got 1500 health, of which 1000 is, or mana, of which 1000 is unreserved. So this adds on top effectively as virtual health. So that's 4000 life, 2500, nearly 2600 energy shield. So that's 6500 effective health. That's basically up from around 6ish to 6.5. That's not quite bad for just upgrading a couple of items. So I dropped the Zendatta's cassocks. I picked this up. No, it was a very fine energy shield item. It had very solid chaos resistance, and the consecrated ground on block is a very nice gimmick. I do have a silver flask, so I don't strictly need it. So if you take away the gimmick, then it's basically an item that I outleveled a while ago. So we needed to bump that. The Hupperfall, it's very nice. It's very, very flexible and versatile. Well, bonus to damage, all attributes, which is nice. Some rarity, which is of course very nice for your drops. And 70 to all elemental resist means you got 51 effective elemental resist. Now there's worse rings to have, because this is just generally useful. But 51 resists compared to a ring that gives me, what is it, closer to 80? Closer to 80. As well as a bit of life and some mana is just too useful. So sacrifice some things. In order to make up for it, I did need to add some decks over here. So I guess it's about 30 resists, 25 to 30 that I gave up here. But well, these boots compared to the old ones had pretty solid life and resists. This one though has chaos resist, and well, if I'm gonna drop a armor with a lot of chaos resist, then I feel compensating with chaos resist in another place is probably gonna be a good move. So it's not the greatest one in the world, but 30% movement speed with chaos resist and with life is rare enough of a opportunity that I just went for it. So this is gonna be something I will have an eye out for replacing. Belt, still what it was. I was considering another belt with some chaos resists, but yeah, I just couldn't deal with losing that 71 strength. I just need it for the couple red gems that I have. So it makes me regret that I leveled Borders Mark that much, because without it, it could be easier. Let's see, why don't I keep my gems? So let's just experiment a little bit, because I level 1 dropped recently, and the only thing that really goes up is your stun and block recovery reduction on enemies, and the chance to grant you endurance charges when monsters are slain. That goes up a bit, and you get some radius. Every 2 levels gets you +1 radius. But if you drop that out, then suddenly my strength requirement goes down quite a bit, and I actually could do without it. Now that opens up some things. I do lose quite a lot of life here. That is the one thing to keep in mind. But my resists are still maxed, my chaos is positive. But yeah, I'm back 4 life less than what I started with after swapping everything around. But yeah, true. I can still craft more life on top of these. And that is gonna be the difference. So if we craft 53, that's nearly maxed. If we try that, then it's 2878, which is nearly 90 above where I started. So then it's 130 less, but still up quite a bit. And my chaos resistance actually is positive. I lost 3% here, but I did gain quite a bit in the health pool department, and that was the entire goal of this entire exercise, was just boosting my health pool. So this one can go away now, and I can just file these out. So slowly just upgrading my gear. It's far from perfect. No, I'll be the first to admit it. The gear is far from perfect. And now that I'm currently level 78. Just one more skill point, then we got the Alchemist over here, and that effectively will complete the build. So after this, I am simply going to focus more on boosting the life and mana of my character. The tougher fight I've been in, they all just wore me down rather quickly. So still debating whether to go for Written in Blood or whether to go for Constitution. I'll just probably have to run the numbers, what the effective health pool difference is going to be per point invested, because I only need 6 points here to get Written in Blood. So that's going to be 4, 4, and 8. That's 20 life and 35 energy shield and 10 strength, which is a little bit. That's for 6 points. That's not quite bad. It's 3 1/3 life per point, or 3.3% life per point invested. For energy shield, it's going to be a 5 points, nearly 6% per point invested. For Constitution down here, there's 2 travel nodes, and then there's 3, 6, 8. So that's 10 points. For 14, let's see, 3, 6, 7 is 35. Another 14 is 49. So that's 4.9% per point invested life. So I gain less life here, but I also gain energy shield. So I think Written in Blood is going to be the more efficient general investment for my health per point, and then after that I can always go for Constitution. So that's only 6 points. So that takes me to 85 to get Written in Blood. Then after that, the next 4 points gets me to Constitution, and then until 95 I can just spend my time fanning out life. It's actually not a bad setup, really. Alternatively, I could spend another 3 points over here in energy shield and pick up Path of the Savant. 16% spell damage is not quite bad. Even worth just sacrificing one of these general spell damage nodes to grab it. As I say, no, there's plenty of opportunities to micro-manage this, but oh well. So it's just a quick crafting video with just a little bit more speculation about potential futures for the build. Started off as just recording, socketing it, because I've had a really lucky 6 sockets, 6 links before that I didn't capture on video. So ever since it's like, yeah, maybe I should just record it. And well, this optimizations for the build have been on my mind lately. I recorded, haven't released yet, a video of me trying to take on Atziri. Did that a while ago. Actually have another full set of Atziri runes, but that was at level 76. I'm 78 now. Didn't go quite so well. I died once against the trio final boss, and then I lost the rest of my portals against Atziri herself in the split phase. The one thing that came out was that I just don't know the Atziri dungeon and fight very well yet. That's one of the very important factors there. And you can watch some videos, but in the end you have to play it and you have to just internalize a fight to get an intuitive understanding of how it goes, how to prepare, things like that. I just blundered in and just ran it, didn't really prepare. That doesn't really help. So that's one of the takeaways. Now take proper flasks along. The final fight, the Flame Blast, is lethal. So having a ruby flask, pretty useful. Already put it aside here. Ruby flask, that's pretty useful. 6% to maximum fire resistance, yeah, that's gonna help you. Going for the alchemist node over here, just hopping topics here. 8%, 8%, 10%, that's 26% increased flask effectiveness, or flask effect. That gets you a quarter extra results. So in this case, the 6% to maximum fire resistance is gonna be increased by 26%. So that's gonna be effectively 7.5% increased fire resistance. I think if I'm lucky, it gets rounded to 8%, which will actually be enough to completely offset the 8% fire penetration that Atziri's Flame Blast has, at least on the normal version. So that's gonna help quite a bit. Lightning Blast, slightly less worried about it, but those Flame Blasts, they just get me. So if I can just hit a hold key and just trigger the Ruby Flask, that's gonna help me a bit more. And a Quicksilver Flask with Freeze and Chill removal, less useful in that fight. Sulfur Flask might also not be the best use there, given that you're not really standing still a lot, so the Consecrated Ground doesn't help, and the increase to damage, yeah, it's nice, but maybe just swapping it out for a Ruby Flask for some relevant defenses might be better, and then that way I can actually keep the Quicksilver for just quickly zipping about, because you don't really have a lot of time for Flame Dash, so moving is good. But yeah, doing the Atziri fight and then just dying there over and over and over again just drove home that I don't really have a lot of strong defenses when I'm the one being hunted, because most of the time I can hide behind a screen of minions with a build. We get 8 zombies, we get 10 skeletons or 9 skeletons. We have ourselves a golem, we have ourselves 2 specters, and then we just have Dark Pact to just blast things from behind a screen of minions. Atziri just one-shots my minions. I might survive the very first phase, but in the second phase you get those nasty double flame blasts. Just gonna murder them. So over the spell totem, I got minion life, I got minion speed. Replacing minion speed with minion elemental resist might not be a bad idea. Doing the same for the zombies and specters, now taking the damage out, putting the tankiness in might help quite a bit. Because otherwise they're just not worth the points, and then now you got basically a 4-link that you can just take out and replace with something else, and that's gonna change the build, which is not something that you ideally want to do either. So right now build is not tested as Atziri viable, but that's more due to just me not knowing the fight and me just not having really prepared for the fight. And yeah, Atziri definitely a challenge. The only time I've managed to defeat her so far was with my Necromancer, or the Plague Witch, and that was like a level 85 or so character, which had pretty high level gear and just completely overpowered it. Just having an arena filled with poisonous clouds does help as well, because then you don't have to stand still and fight, you can just run and the minions die and kill Atziri. It's a very nice synergy. Unfortunately I don't really have that here. As a Necromancer, Beacon of Corruption is there, but if you don't really spec your minions for it, then the damage from Beacon of Corruption is not really going to be all that great. And in the theory craft, the damage from Beacon of Corruption wasn't really all that much to write home about either, to be fair. But well, I've been rambling for long enough now. So thank you for watching, and I'll hope to see you again next time. Bye bye.